Hello, Marta Adames. This is your class observation feedback video. So, based on the focus areas you chose at the beginning of this project, I will start giving you the feedback, right? First, I will start mentioning the three focus areas that were chosen at the beginning of the project. The first area was teaching methodology. The second focus area was students' interactions. And the third area that was chosen by our mentor was the use of materials, right? So based on the teaching methodology, that is the focus area number one, I like the way you use a methodology in the class I observed. I watched plenty of TPR, total physical response activities through songs and dynamics of the class. You foster classroom and weather vocabulary by encouraging students to sing and learn by singing songs. This was a very, very good activity. I liked it. And it had plenty of TPR activities. Also, I like that you teach English through an inductive approach, allowing students to infer the grammar and vocabulary. You never explain grammar, you never explain vocabulary. You foster or you promote learning environments through having fun and through the use of songs and dynamics. I also realized that all the students knew the songs and they participated a lot in the activities you planned. I also like the way you introduce new vocabulary by making pauses in the songs and asking them about the common vocabulary of animals inside the videos. Some recommendations I would give you about this first focus area might be, instead of saying what do you say, you could incorporate the expression how do you say, right? So not what do you say, but how do you say. And also with a question, I don't remember exactly what was the expression you used, but the proper way to ask the question was what number is it, or what number is this, or what number is that, right? Regarding the way you teach the numbers, have you tried of using some tongue twisters to help students to articulate better the phonemes? So sometimes I know that we are Latin Americans and we find it very hard to articulate and to pronounce the sound. So I think that inside your activities, you could incorporate some tongue twisters to facilitate or to train students on phonemes or difficult phonemes such as the phoneme, right? Now, based on the focus area number two, students' interactions, they participated in all the singing activities, which was very good. Students' motivation in your class was very, very high. This was a very good thing because they enjoyed by learning through having fun, through smiling, singing, moving. That was something that I liked it a lot. Related also to students' interactions, have you tried to monitor the way students are pronouncing the songs? Some of them did not have proper pronunciation. I recommend you to monitor this for future classes by giving them models through drilling activities. For example, before learning the songs, it would be a good idea that you rehearse or practice with them the phonemes that they find difficult. As I mentioned before, the phoneme, right? If you monitor and correct the way students pronounce, they will learn better and their oral products will be more meaningful, and their products will be more clear to or will be clearer to understand. Now, regarding the focus area chosen by our mentor, that was the use of materials, you use a huge variety of materials such as videos, flashcards, and coloring worksheets. By including that variety of materials, you worked on the listening, speaking, and writing skills. So you did a very good effort to work on all the skills that we have when we teach English. Um, it would be a good idea also to include in the writing worksheets a model that students can use to write their names. Some of them found it difficult to understand the command write your name. So when you said, guys, write your name, some of them were not understanding very well what they had to do, and they were making a big effort just to understand you, but some of them found it difficult to understand. So a possible solution to this issue would be to write a model on the board. For example, my name is yada yada yada, and ask them to follow the model and complete it with their names. So always we have to bear in mind that students need models to follow, right? In addition, to promote also students in interactions through the use of materials, have you thought of including some written prompts that help students to ask for help? For example, some of them were asking you for help, or some of them were asking you for going to the bathroom, or some of them were requesting support, but they were talking in Spanish all the time. It would have been good if you would have incorporated some prompts or models that they can use in order to receive attention, or to go to the bathroom, or to ask for help, or to tell you that they finished. Some of some of the examples I recommend you would be, Miss, I need help. Or for example, Miss, I finished. Miss, I have a question. Miss, may I go to the bathroom? So if you foster them, or you rehearse with them the use of these commands, just to ask for help, or just to ask you permission to go to the bathroom, we realize, or we will promote that they are using L2 to communicate in real life situations. And finally, as an action plan for next year, I will recommend you to focus your attention on the use of materials and on students' interactions. Regarding the use of materials, I suggest you to design your materials by including some prompts or models that guide students to speak, write, and ask for help. And regarding students' interactions, if you include these prompts or models, you will foster also students' interactions, because they will use the models or the prompts to create their oral products and to ask for help in some ways. So I hope that you can receive my feedback and try to implement it, or to incorporate some of the recommendations that I gave you for the first term of the next year. Thank you very much.